You're listening to Soap Dirt, the latest in television entertainment news.
Hey there, Bold and the Beautiful fans. It's Belinda from Soap Dirt, and I have got your Bold and the Beautiful episode info for Friday, July 7th, 2023. This is episode 192 of season 36, and we have got two spoilers that came straight from the network, and then I have a much bigger spoiler because it came courtesy of a spoiler photo for the week, and we know it's happening tomorrow because tomorrow's the last day of the week, and we haven't seen it yet, and we have got some visual clues that tell us, and so we're going to share that with you too. It's all really big, exciting stuff happening on Friday. This is going to be one heck of a Friday cliffhanger. If you have not watched Bold in a while, Friday, July 7th is the episode you need to watch. Season 36, episode 192. All right, we're going to dig into it. But first, if you haven't, please click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our B&B updates, spoilers, news, and more. So the official spoiler is that one of these is Hope opens up to someone she shouldn't. And that's a very interesting spoiler because I bet half of fans, depending on if you're Team Liam or Team Thomas, half of fans will not agree with CBS's choosing to say someone she should not open up to, because why not? Why should Hope not open up to Thomas at this point? You know, Hope was absolutely furious after Liam taunted her by name dropping Steffi and then telling Hope that something inside her is broken. And what's interesting is that she then agreed, maybe something is broken inside of me. But after Liam left, she dried her tears, and then she knew what she needed to do. She knew who to see to heal or fulfill that broken heart, that broken part of her inside, and it's Thomas. Because Liam said she had to be broken to want him, and she's basically, by saying, maybe I am broken, i.e., yeah, I do want him. She kind of laid that back on Liam a little bit after he taunted her about Steffi. And she goes over to Thomas's new house, and we're going to talk about that set in a few minutes. We've got some tidbits for you. But she ran at him, and he opened those big muscular arms, and he just folded her up in there for comfort. And, you know, he's holding her tight. There's nothing sexy about it. He's just comforting her. And the look on her face is sheer relief, sheer joy, like relief that maybe the mess with Liam is over, the truth is out, and she is in the arms of the man that, for whatever reason, whether you agree with him or not, whether Liam agrees with him or not, that's where she wants to be right now, and she's there. So it looks like everything changes for them on Friday. So she's going to open up and tell him all about the stuff that went on with Liam and the stuff he said. And, you know, Thomas is probably going to play nice and volunteer to step away, even to step away from Forrester, because that's kind of the things he was already saying to Steffi when Steffi was basically telling him that he needs to not be in the way and let this marriage try and heal. I do think he is going to take a step back and say, you have family, you've got kids with him, you know, and she does have a kid with him too, but, you know, this is the life you've built. This is blah, blah, blah. So the spoiler photo that we have to share with you, I'm going to share after this next one. So the next official spoiler from the network for Friday, July 7th episode is Liam is in a heartbreaking situation. Again, with this wording of them, they've turned Liam into a monster and had him be a complete douche nozzle to her, and now they're saying he's in a heartbreaking situation. Well, if he hadn't been such a son of a gun, he probably wouldn't be in this situation. So Liam is back over at the Spencer offices staring at family photos, but let's be real. You know, this is a situation he actually did not have to be in. He could have stayed with Hope and tried to work it out like she's done for him in the past many times. He always had feelings for Steffi, and then after messing up and doing something with Steffi, she forgave him. And then the vice versa is true. When he had feelings for Hope and was with Steffi and then did stuff with Hope, Steffi forgave him. They just both forgave him. He has been forgiven on so many counts that it's almost like, you know, really, you don't have the grace to share the grace that has been shown to you. He clearly does not. So in terms of him being in this heartbreaking situation, okay, his heart is broken, but at the same time, what I really think is going on is that his ego is broken. And it's not just about Hope, it's also about Steffi, because half of his heart, I'll say 55% of his heart, belongs to the woman he is currently in the relationship with, and 45% of his heart is with the other woman that he's been with. So it's always a slight percentage more for Steffi or for Hope, depending on who he's with at the moment. And not even just who he's married to, but maybe who he's even in the room with at that moment, because he is a waffler supreme. And right now, it's one of those where Liam has seen that Hope wants someone else, and Steffi told him, I don't want you, I want Finn. Both the women who share his heart have chosen other men. And the heartbreak is that his ego can't take it. He's never been alone. Think about it. Think back to all the years you've been watching Liam Spencer. Tell me when he's been ever alone. All right. And right now, if he could, he would be in Steffi's bed. But the only reason he's not is she won't let him. So that heartbreak, I think, is just his ego cracking in half. You know, I mean, I feel bad for baby Beth, but aside from that, meh. So totally not Team Liam if you haven't guessed it by now. All right, so the photo, this is the last spoiler, and this is not one of the two CBS official spoilers they put out for this episode, but it is a spoiler photo that we've seen. And because they are in the outfits that they were in on the Thursday, July 6th episode, and they are in the set from Friday, July 6th, which is Thomas's house. We know that this should come on Friday. I'm wondering if it's going to be like a cliffhanger moment or if things are going to heat up from here and then we're going to get a clothes flying off cliffhanger moment. So we do know that it's happening either Friday or Monday, but I suspect Friday. So in this photo, they're kissing again. So this is their third kiss. And we're going to talk about this in 1 second. But if you haven't already, please click that subscribe button so you don't miss any of our Bold and Beautiful spoilers. And if you enjoyed this video, please click us a like as well. So she marched right over to Thomas's new place. She obviously knows where it is. And I think that this kiss is again going to be started by Hope. And I think it's going to be where Thomas is like, you know, I don't want you to ruin your life. You should go back to Liam, And I think he's going to be trying to reassure her to go back to her life. And I think she's going to shut him up with a kiss. So, and I do think more is going to happen from there. I mean, I think all of us would like if they were hitting the sheets by Friday, but that seems fast. However, that's what Liam would be doing right now with Steffi if he could. So I say if Hope wants to undress her hot new guy friend who is going to soon replace her husband, then she should. So one thing I want to talk about real quick, and we're going to show you these pictures so that you know that we're not full of BS here, is that Thomas's house is Katie Logan's house set. Do you remember this set? We're going to show you a picture of her and Bill on that set, and then there's Thomas and Hope on the set. And you can see right by the entry door, there's those shelves. They've changed out the knickknacks, but then behind them, you can see that it's into the kitchen. And then what you'll see more of tomorrow, there's this fireplace over by the wall, and that this is definitely the set that Katie Logan lived in when she was married to Thomas Forrester, back when it was Ingo Rademacher in the role. So her house was right across from Eric's. Like her balcony looked onto his balcony because there was the whole thing about, I think she saw Quinn out there, or Quinn saw her, or I think it was the roof of Katie's house or her balcony that Deacon was shooting at Quinn from. That's what it is. But anyway, it's right there. So I'm curious if they're going to say that Thomas's house is that same house, or they're going to say it's an apartment or something. It would be interesting if he had moved into Katie's old digs, but then where's Katie living? Definitely not with Dollar Bill.
Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us wherever you get your podcast, because you don't want to miss the next episode. Soap Dirt is on all the major podcast platforms, including Apple Podcast, Spotify, iHeartRadio, and more.